Rajesh, can you please start? So in today's session, what we are going to see is the set operations. Okay. So what is meant by set operation is set operation is nothing but we have seen in mathematics, and I hope you guys remember that. So set operation is nothing but there are three kind of operation we can able to do in Postgres. So first thing is union, intersection, and except. So using these three keywords. Okay. First thing is union, intersection, and so intersect. So intersect is a keyword. Okay. So union, intersect, and except. So these are the three operations, and hope you guys remember you have already gone through in mathematics and all. So the similar kind of operations we are going to see in the Postgres also. Okay. So with respect to the two table, consider if you are having the two table, if you want to combine the result set of the multiple queries into a single table result set, then you can use the union. Okay. So what it will do is it will combines the result set of multiple queries. Okay. Into a single result set. Okay. So this is what the union will do. So what about the intersect? So intersect, what it will do is it will combine the result set of two or more queries, and it will return a single result set. Okay, it will return a single result set that has the rows appear in both the result set, both common. Okay, so it combines the result set of two or more queries or multiple queries. Okay, the same thing combines the result set of two or more multiple queries, and returns what it will return the set that is that has both the result set has a common. Okay, appear in both the result set, that is common in both. Okay, so this is what the intersect will do. So in the you have already gone through the mathematic operations, like a union is nothing but it will combine the both thing. Intersect is nothing but it will combine the result set of multiple queries, and it will return the common among the both. And except is nothing but it will return the row of the first query. Okay, of the first query, return rows of first query. Okay, first query, and first query that does not appear in the output of the second query. So hope you guys understood this. Does not appear. I will tell you with an example shortly. Okay, does not appear in the output of second query. So this is what the except will do. Okay. So these are the three things which we are going to see through our code. So we have already seen about our invoice items, right? Invoice details. So with respect to the invoice details, I'm going to form. Okay, I'm going to retrieve the list of items. Okay, we will take retrieve the list of items which appears in both the invoice details, and I will take the item master. Okay, so what it will do is retrieve the items here both in invoice details and item master. So this is the requirement which I need. So how to do this with respect by using the union operation. Okay, so what we are going to do is it should appear in both. Okay, appear in both invoice details and the item master table. Okay, what we need to do is, okay, we want the both of the result. Okay, both items appear in both in invoice details, in the sense it is a common. So if it is a common, then we need to use the intersect. But what I need is, the first thing is union. I need to combine both the result set of item master and invoice details. Okay, so this is what I want. So this is the first one, and this is the second one. So the second one is common thing. So I want both the items. Okay, item master. Okay, we will try to do the query. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select item ID. Okay, select item ID from invoice details. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to combine this union. I'm going to combine this with select item ID from what is that, item master, right? Item master. So it will gives me the item ID. Okay, all the item ID, and with respect to the item ID in the item master. Okay, so it will combine the result. Okay, it will combine. For example, if I'm having 1 2 3 4 3 3 4 like this, if I'm having the item ID in the invoice details like this, and if I'm having the items in the item master like 1 2 3 4 like this, so my total output after doing the union operation, what will be my output is, it will copy everything. Okay, so it will copy the 1 2 3 like this. Okay, copy, sorry. So this will be my output. Okay, so it will concatenate the result here, 1 2 3 4. So the final output will be like this after the union operation. Okay, so this is what we are going to do with respect to the these two tables. Okay, I will open, just a minute. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to connect it with our database. Control C, num db class, right? I'm going to increase the font size. You can see here. So now I'm just copy pasting it, and you can see the result. Okay, so if I want to do it in the order wise, I can do it with respect to the order by item ID. You can see here. So you can see here, see the result. Okay, so it will concatenate like this. So item ID wise, it got ordered, and also it got concatenated. Okay, so this is the result we got from the two table. Okay, now what we are going to do is, we are going to do the intersection operation. So what the intersection will do? So I'm just using the same query. Okay, I'm just using the same query. So only the keyword has been changed, intersect. Okay, so with respect to the item ID, I'm just ordering it. Let us see what is the result. So what is the common thing which we got? Okay, so 27 is missing, right? Because 27 is in the item master. So the common thing with respect to invoice details and item ID, in item master. So all the item ID which is present in the item master is present in the invoice detail also. Okay, except that 27, right? So what is that 27? So that 27 is nothing but we have added some milk product that last week we have added. So that could not be the present in the invoice details yet. We didn't do any entry there. So with respect to the intersection operation, so if we did the union operation, it displayed all the result, right? So for this intersection, it brings the common. Okay, so it brings the common which appear in both invoice details and the item master. So that only we got this result. So except 27, it ignored the 27. So up to 26, all the IDs are common in both the table. So this is what we do. Okay, we will try to understand about the except. Okay, so what we are going to do is next, what we are going to do is I want to retrieve all the list of items in the item master table that do not appear in the invoice details. Okay, so this is the third question we are going to form. Okay, I want to retrieve the items which appear in the item master. Okay, item master do not appear in item invoice details. So this is what we are going to do. So for this, what we need to do is we are going to use the except. So except is the keyword. So by using the except, what it will do, it will bring what are all the items present. Okay, what are all the it will return the rows of the first query. Okay, so it will return the all the item ID which is present in the invoice details. And what it will do next does not appear in the output of the second query. Okay, so it should not appear in the second query. Okay, so what we are going to do is actually this should come here, right? So we are going to find what are all the items which is present in the item master and not in the invoice details. This is the question, right? So you can see here 27. So 20 item ID 27 is not present in the invoice details, but it is present in the item master. So let's start from, okay. So you can see here, recently we have added this 27, right? Some milk product, and we didn't do any entry in the, we didn't give any entry in the invoice details table. So that only it is missing. Okay. So this is what we, your the union operation and intersection operation and except will do, okay, with respect to the tables. Okay, next thing what we are going to do is we will try to create one more small table. Okay, and we will do some intersection and okay, I will try to create one table with the numbers or with anything. Okay, create. So it will do this kind of operation with respect to the string also. So not only with numbers. Okay. So we will try to do such kind of operation here. So I'm going to create table. Table. For example, we will take fruits. Okay. So in fruits, what is that name? So I will try to give just a name itself. Where care of. This is enough. Okay. So this is a fruit one. Okay, fruits 1, and I'm going to create one more table. It's called as fruits 2. So here also I'm giving the same thing, name and varchar. So I'm going to insert something. Okay, insert into table. What is that? Fruits 1. Fruits 1. So values are all the values I'm going to enter. So let me enter apple, orange. Okay. So these are all the things which is present in the fruits 1 table. Okay. So here the column name, right? So the same thing which I'm going to enter for the second one. So here I will give some different fruit names. Okay, some different fruit name, but with the kiwi. Okay, so orange, let it be like this, and grape. Okay, so these are all the fruit name which I have entered. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the except operation. Okay. So the same thing which we can do it with respect to the numbers and also with the string also. So it will brings me, okay, what it will do is it will brings me this. If I give select name from fruit 1 except name from fruit 2. Okay. So what it will bring is it will bring the fruit. What are all the fruit which is not present in the fruit 2? Okay. So this is what we are going to do. And give like this. Okay. So I have inserted everything, and here except operation for except the same kind of operation. What happened? Select name from fruits. Okay. Just a spelling mistake. Okay, so it will bring what are all the fruits present in the fruit 1. Okay, which is not present in the fruit 2 table. So this is what the except will do. So we have did for both the numeric and the varchar also. Okay, so the same operation we can able to do it for everything. So it is also possible. So we can try doing the union. Okay. So what the union will do, it will brings all the common column. Okay. All the common thing which is present inside. See apple, orange, banana. See apple, orange. So banana is not repeating. So that is the difference between, we have already seen the difference between union and union all. So if we have anything repeated in the both the list, okay, if we have anything repeated in the both the list, so here orange is repeating, right? So it will not bring the orange. So the same thing which we have seen for the numbers also, it has bring only up to 27 which is not repeating. So if it is the list is repeating, then it will not bring the result. So consider if you are doing the union all operation like this. Okay, union all operation, then it will brings the, all the duplicates also. So you can see the difference. So orange appears 2 times here. Orange appears 2 times here. So that is we have already seen this operation, union and union all, right? So with respect to the set operation, the union is a perfect one. So that's why I didn't take the union all. Okay. So but that also that union all option also available in the Postgres. Okay. So that's all about the set operation, and we have seen the set operation. Okay. What is that? Union, intersection, and except. So that's all about the set operation. Okay. So in today's session, what we have seen is about set operation, and we will um, this is the last class for a DB. So I will try to recollect the things which we have seen so far. Okay. So these are all the things we have seen so far. Why we are moving the initial thing, we have started up with the Excel, right? So what is mean by VLOOKUP? Why we are using VLOOKUP? Why we have moved to the file system, to the RDBMS, all the history and everything we have seen, right? And also we have started up with these topics called as data aggregations and pivot table filtering and all these things, how to do it with respect to the Excel. In the Excel, how to do remove the duplicates, null values and everything we have seen in the Excel, right? So with respect to the data types, we have so far we have used the data types, and I didn't tell about the UUID. So UUID is a universally unique identifier. If you give the UUID as an primary key, it will automatically generate the UUID, and it will use internally, it will use some algorithms to generate the unique keys, and it will give it to you. Okay. So this is what we have seen so far with respect to the data type. And so what is mean by serial, right? So serial is nothing but automatically it will generate the numbers from zero, and if you want to change that, you can change it. You can give the starting number and everything. Okay. So with respect to the date, time, timestamp, interval, so all these things we have already seen. So what is mean by time zone? So all those things, hope you guys remember all those things. And also the operators which we have used. So less than, greater than operator. So all these things we have used for the condition, right? In the condition, where condition and everywhere we have used, and between also. So how to do the difference between the two dates and two numbers. So all these things, and also like different, what is between the like and I like. So I like is case sensitive, and also we have did the pattern matching with respect to the percentage. And also in operator is used to specify multiple possible values in the column, right? And we have seen how to create an Excel chart in the Excel, bar chart, histogram, pie chart, line chart and everything. So what is mean by DDL, DML? What is the difference between DDL and DML? So create, drop, and alter. These are all with respect to the structure of the database, right? Database. If I want to change the structure of the database, like sorry, data table, like if I want to add one more column, if I want to add one more constraint on, or if I want to add or delete that particular column, so all these things we can able to do it with respect to alter and everything, right? Data manipulation is nothing but after creating the table and after inserting all the data in the table, what are all the things we can able to do? We can able to select, update and delete. So these are all with respect to the data we have seen. And also commit, rollback and save point. These are all the things how to commit, why we are using the commit and all the transaction control related things we have seen. Okay, so these are all the logical operators. So logical operators is nothing but and, or and not. So what are all the operations we can able to do? And is nothing but to it joins two or more condition and it will retrieve. So it will return the true if both the condition is true. If either one condition is false, then it will return false. So that is with respect to the and with respect to or, if both the condition is true, it will return true. If any one condition is true, then it will return true. So if the null, it retrieves the null if one expression of the is false and the second one is null. So these are all the things we have seen with respect to the and or not operator. Right? Not is nothing but exact opposite. True means false, false means true. Oh, and also we have seen what are all the plots we have seen, right? The tree, map, block, box, and whisker plots. Everything we have seen with respect to the Excel, right? And So this is the serial. So I have already said about the serial and primary key. So this is one of the important topics we have seen. So what is mean by primary key and foreign key constraints? So how we have added the constraints? Constraints is nothing but primary key will ensure that each and every table has a unique identifier, and the primary key can able to identify one or more columns, right? I can able to identify one or more columns of the table. And if I define a single column, then that is known as a simple primary key. If it is a more column, then it is called as a composite primary key. So hope you guys remember the syntax and everything. So foreign key, in order to establish the relationship, enforce the referential integrity, we have used the foreign key constraint, right? So all these things we have seen. And also with respect to on delete cascade, how the constraints will react for on delete cascade and everything, right? So what is the composite primary key? If we combine more than one column, then it is called in order to create the primary key, then it is called as a composite primary key. So both combined together act as an primary key, right, which ensure the combination of the both the key, the uniqueness in the combination, right? So this is also, hope you guys remember. So these are all the things we have seen with respect to the constraints, and also check constraints, right? So the check constraint is nothing but allow you to specify the condition. The Manually we can able to set the condition with respect to the for each and every columns in the table. Okay, so it depends upon our requirement. Okay, so how to do the check constraints and everything we have seen. Not null constraint. If I give not null constraint to the column, then what it means is it will restrict the null values, entering the null values, and also unique. So it will enforce the uniqueness of the column. Okay. So how to drop the constraints and everything we have seen. So what is alter table? We have already seen the alter table, right? So alter table is nothing but if I want to rename the column name, if I want to alter the constraints in the column. So if I want to do any modification with respect to the column in the table, then I can use the alter table, and this is the syntax for that, right? So these are all the syntax for that, right? So and sequence. So why we have created the sequence, right? So the sequence, so this is the syntax for the sequence, right? So in order to generate the object, the sequence of a numbers in ascending order or descending order, so we have created the sequence. It is used to populate the data in the primary key unique columns, especially for the unique columns, right? So for that purpose only we have created a sequence, right? So what are all the functions we have used, inbuilt functions to manipulate the sequence, right? The next val, set val, current value, what is the current value, last value brings the last value in the sequence. So these are all the things we have used with respect to the sequence. Okay. So how to drop and truncate, and how to concatenate the string with the sequence. So all these things we have seen. Hope you guys remember all those things. So the one more important topic is date and time. So date and time is nothing but first we before going to the date and time, we have seen about the time zones, right? So what is the time zones for each and every day? In the world, they are following the different time zones around the world. So we have seen some examples also how to set the time zones, how to set the local time zone, and how to change the time zones, right? How to by using the current date, what it will do, current time, it will give the current time with respect to the time zone, with the time zone and without time zone and everything. And also how to manipulate the dates using date part, date truncate, extract, age. So date part, what it will do is um, um, it will extract the date. Okay, it will extract the date if I give the timestamp, and it will extract the date part by part, and it will We have also seen how to do it with respect to week, year, month, quarter, second. So part by part, we can able to extract and truncate will round off the dates, right? Round off the date and time till we have given it as an year. It will round off the date and time till the year, like that. So age will calculate the difference between the two dates, right? So these are all the things we have seen. And the next thing is how to copying the data between the tables, right? So all these things, hope you guys remember update and delete commands. So these are all important things we have covered for the past 2 months, right? And here we have seen with the class, but in the recursive query we have seen later, right? What is how to do the recursive query evaluation? Why we have used the with the class? So we, especially with the class is used to break down the larger query into smaller, and it will be very easy for us to handle, right? So for that purpose only we have used the with the class. So hope you guys remember that. And also the recursive query evaluation also, how to use it the within the same table. If we want to do it something within the same table, if it is in the hierarchy form, so we have used the recursive query evaluation, right? And generate series. So generate series function is to generate the series of values, right? So all these things we have already seen. Okay. So hope you guys remember all those things. So hope you guys are following and remember all those things. So what is mean by group by? In order to do the grouping, the categorical columns, we have used the group by with an aggregate function. How to use it with and without aggregate functions, right? What are all the aggregate functions? We have used sum, average, max, and how to use it within with the group by, and how to use it without group by also. So all these things we have seen. So and also what is the difference between the how if I use the count star and the count of a column. So what is the difference between the count star and count of the column with respect to the null value, right? So count star will brings me including the null value, but this will exclude the null value. So that is the difference we have seen. And also having class. So what the having class will do, so it will filter, okay, it will filter the rows after the group based on the aggregated values, right? If I want to do something after the grouping function, okay, if I want to give some condition, want to do some filtering after the grouping, so I need to use this having. And also self join, how to join the table, okay, how to join the table within itself. So that is the next thing we have seen in the self joining. Okay. And also the difference between distinct and distinct on. So distinct will brings me all the uh, uh, unique values, right? So distinct will brings me all the, it will eliminate all the duplicates, right? And it will brings me the unique values. And also distinct on, the distinct on, what it will do is it will, if I am if I want to get something with all the, with respect to all the grouping things, okay, so for each and every grouping items, if I want to fetch any thing with respect to the grouping, okay, so here at that point I have used the distinct on. So hope you guys remember the difference when you have similar groupings. Okay, when you have the similar groupings of the data, and if you want to select one record from each group, okay, based on some particular ordering, so we have used the distinct on. Hope you guys remember that I have used it with an order by. Here I have used a distinct on some date and name of the product with an order by. Then it will, what it will do is automatically it will group the things and it will brings me the first. If it is a descending order, then it will brings me from the max off. Okay, so it will brings me the first one. Okay. So one of the important thing next is indexing, how to speed up the data retrieval by using the indexing. Okay, so here internally, what are all the algorithms the Postgres is using? We have already seen all those algorithms, and also I have told you how the binary search tree works, right? How the binary search tree works, and we have seen some simple algorithm with respect to the binary search tree also, right? And also we have seen how what are all the properties of a B tree. So B tree is the algorithm which used by the default algorithm used by the Postgres. And also it will use some other algorithms like a hash, gist, gin, ASP, gist, all these algorithms Postgres internally which is using. And we have seen some properties of the B tree. And after using how to, if I want to search something inside the B tree, how it will search. So all those things we have seen. The next thing is view. So view is nothing but it is a visual table. It will brings the result set of the SQL query. It is nothing but a visual table, and it is used for the simplified view. And also we have seen how to update the view. Okay, so how to do the updations in the view if it is not if it is not joined with any other table. Only for the base table we can able to do this, right? And that condition also we have seen. Okay, so and what is mean by materialized view, and what is the difference between normal view and the materialized view, and what are all the advantages and disadvantages of the materialized view? We have already seen all these things, and hope you guys remember. And when compared to the materialized view, how view is differing, and comparatively the materialized view is very faster than the view, because it will not store any query, and it will not going to execute that query while calling the view. Okay, it will store the result set and it will brings the result. So that is what we have found it as a difference, right? And also how to refresh the materialized view, since it is storing the things, right? Since it is storing the result set as it is, so we need to refresh each and every time. So not each and every time, whenever there is changes in the base table, then we need to refresh the materialized view. So that is the difference we have seen. And what is the subquery, and how to use subquery with in, all, and exist, right? So in is used to compare the values with the set of the value written in the subquery, and all is used to compare the value with all the values written in the subquery. And also here any used to compare with any of the values written in the subquery, and exist used to check whether that subquery returns any row or not. So this is the basic difference between in, all, exist, any in the subqueries. Okay, and also upsert operation. Upsert operation is nothing but update and insert. Okay, so finally we have seen the cube and roll up, right? Cube and roll up is nothing but automatically it will generate the subtotal and grand total for all the possible combination of a given dimensions. Dimension here is nothing but the columns which I am mentioning it. Okay, so roll up will generate the hierarchy of the subtotal, but the cube will generate the possibility combinations like this: A, B, C, A, B, A, C, and roll up. And so that is the final topic. And in today's session, what we have seen, the set operation. Okay, so union, intersection, and except. So that's all. Let me stop sharing my screen and stop the recording.